We're focused on Plan A, and that is repealing and replacing Obamacare. The president's fully engaged, as along with his administration, in working with House and Senate members to make sure that we repeal and replace Obamacare and put in place a health care reform system that is sustainable and that works and serves all Americans. And that's the focus right now, and that's the only focus. Again, as I just said, the president's been very engaged in this process, as have multiple members of his administration, and he's made a lot of calls directly to members. He had roughly, I think, 46 members of the Senate here yesterday. They had a long and lengthy and very good and productive conversation. We're going to continue doing that. Just like he did with the House, he was engaged and making sure that happened. And he's somebody, we've said before, I would never underestimate this president, and if he's committed to getting something done, he will. There were a lot of stories about the process not working, or relevant agencies and people being out of the loop. Those are simply false. At a regularly scheduled meeting, as I mentioned yesterday, the president was presented with information that indicated the Assad regime was preparing another chemical weapons attack. The president proposed issuing a statement to warn the regime of consequences. Senior administration officials, including NSA McMaster, DNI Director Coates, and DCIA Pompeo, were present when the statement was initially proposed. They and their teams remained in the loop throughout the drafting process. Secretaries Tillerson and Mattis remained in the loop and were consulted in person later that day. The military chain of command was also fully aware of the statement as it was being prepared and later released. Secretary Tillerson also spoke to his Russian counterpart, and Lieutenant General Townsend engaged his Russian counterpart in Syria. The White House Staff Secretary's office reviewed the statement and coordinated it with White House leadership. And over the next few hours, the White House Staff Secretary used its typical coordination process to solicit comments from all relevant departments and agencies. By the time the statement was issued, every relevant department and agency had ample opportunity to provide feedback and input. As the president stated on April 6th, the use of chemical weapons threatens U.S. vital national interest, and the statement was clear and reinforces this message. We have seen indications that the Syrian regime was preparing a major chemical attack, and the president warned the regime of consequences should they proceed. I think that the White House had a great day yesterday, Kevin.